Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, the Patriot Bald Eagle. Today we are drinking Cafe Bustelo again. Early morning here on Monday. Happy Monday. You have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together. Have coffee with us this morning. Let us know down in the comments what coffee you're drinking, and or maybe what is your favorite coffee. Guys, I'll tell you what, I'm just trying to be as positive as possible as we go along here. It's harder and harder to do these days as we have to keep covering all of these different recalls. So the shredded cheese has been recalled over glove remnants in product. Glove remnants. How's that happen? And how does it get shipped? How does it get shipped out? Like, oh, I don't know. There's maybe a process, goes right from the conveyor to the truck, and then they're gone? Is that how it works? I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but just want to go over this, right? Because I know a lot of our viewers shop at Sam's Club, me included. I have checked our cheese that we have from a second bag of this, and it is not included in this, thank goodness. But you want to be careful these days, guys, because a lot of these recalls that we've been seeing lately, like a few days later, they'll get bigger. They'll have more things, like Quaker, where Quaker had like 10, 12 items, and then all of a sudden it just started going crazy. The salmonella thing and the Quaker with the granola bars and all that stuff, yeah, it's gone to the granola cereal. Somehow that's linked with, I guess, Captain Crunch is having a recall too. Make sure you check the FDA for any of these items that, one, we ever talk about on the channel here. Any of these items that you put in your pantry, you stock up on, make sure you're checking on these as we go along here. Even though most of these we do like to give the UPC codes and stuff for you, it's always a good idea to check the FDA website also right before you check that out. That way, in case there's anything new, you're up to date on all the new codes. So today is January 22nd, 2024. I know I keep saying 2023 still. So the cheese here was recalled. It is the Beery. I don't know if I'm saying that right. B-I-E-R-Y. B-I-E-R-Y. It's the Members Mark cheese that you get at Sam's Club. Beery Cheese Company of Louisville, Ohio, is recalling Members Mark mild cheddar fancy fine shredded cheese because of foreign material in the product, specifically glove fragments. How does that happen? Oh, boy, it's just one after another, guys. I tell you, it's like you really got to watch your food these days. It's like, anybody out there looking in a canned good or something, and I do this because, ever since I've been covering a lot of these food shortages and just knowing the possibility of what can happen and get put in our food. Yeah, I'm checking a can of peas, and I'm just, not hard, not looking too crazy, but I'll stir it around, I'll look just to make sure. If I see anything shiny, then I turn it off and do another further research. I don't know. Not that that's ever happened. I'm just saying, with all of this stuff going on, keep in mind, too, if you're new to the channel, we had more food recalls in 2023 than ever in recorded history. More food recalls of all time in 2023. So you better believe we're paying attention to these things, and we're going to put them out here, hopefully as fast as we see them. Now, this happened a couple days ago, basically while I was covering another recall. And, we do other videos too, store videos, stuff like that. So if you're new to the channel, I try to be like the boots on the ground inside grocery stores to try and help save you as much money as possible. Our main focus on the channel is with crazy things, with grocery prices getting to the extreme, we have to try and save and buy up the sales as we see them as we go along. Otherwise, we're going to be caught spending more money than we have just to eat. So anyway, reading back to this a little bit. I am reading from Food Safety News. So if you want to follow along or look this up later, I do recommend that if you are, I know this is a big one too, because I know we have a lot of viewers on the channel that buy this cheese. So pay attention. So according to the details posted by the FDA, this recall was initiated on December 18th, 2023 and is ongoing. How did I miss this? Did I miss something? Did anybody else see this? I tried to do a little bit of research. I don't see anything that's dating back to December 18th. Now, maybe it was just slipped in on the FDA website and maybe I didn't know. Maybe I didn't know. I don't know. But usually we have viewers that just, when these things happen, I'm getting emails and comments and just everything for me to talk about it. And I don't know. Maybe I missed this one. But anyway, the recalled products were distributed in Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, and Ohio. Now, I've thought about this for a second. It's like, okay, so it came from Ohio, right? So you must be going on I-70, right? So anybody that lives in, but basically goes from east to west coast. But if it started here in Ohio, then it's tracked I-70, maybe 74, right? Because eventually in Indianapolis, I-74 and 70, if you go around I think is it 465, the belt loop in Indiana there, Indianapolis, and then cuts back around to 70, and then 70 takes you straight through Illinois, like middle Illinois, and then 70 takes you right to St. Louis, Missouri. So these are the 4 stops that this truck made. 320 cases of it, like box cases of this cheese, distributed in Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, and Ohio. So that's the direction it probably went, I would assume. I always try to look at the different travel plans of the way these things go. Sometimes they just blow up bigger than what you can imagine, and they were put off on all trucks, like Quaker. Quaker has covered, their recall has covered the entire United States, Saipan, Guam, probably Canada by now. That recall seems like it is just blowing up. So any Quaker products, and I'm at the point where I'm questioning any Quaker products right now. I know some people were saying oats and stuff. I don't think oats or instant oatmeal and stuff like that were affected, but make sure you're constantly checking. Check the FDA website and stuff like that. And sometimes when these things pop up with new things, I'm basically trying to check these things every day to see what happens. I could check in the morning and then something happens in the afternoon, and then I'm on to the next thing. So anything you ever see, any kind of recall, anything going on with stuff in the grocery stores, any kind of shortages, empty shelves, been covering a lot of that lately. I did a video last night. We've been getting a lot of comments on empty shelves in a lot of different stores all across the country. But telling you right now, before you go and watch that video, that I believe a lot of that has to do with the cold weather. We do have shortages on some different food products that I go over in that video as well. So make sure you check that out if you happen to miss it. Let's see. So the recalled products are Members Mark, the mild cheddar fancy fine shredded cheese. It's in like that red pack, really thin sliced cheese. Packaged in 5 pounds. And they're like 2.5 pound bags. 8 packages per case. So 320 cases with 8 packages in each one. Product quantity, 320 cases. Okay, code information here. I'm going to go over these real quick. Okay, so code information, run number. I don't know what this is. I assume the run number is maybe the truck run, right? The truck that went through the 4 states that we just talked about in that direction. So probably pretty close to the highway. Not saying it was 70, I-70. I really don't know. I'm just saying those are ones that seem to connecting factors to major cities like St. Louis, Indianapolis, Dayton, Ohio. 74 runs through Cincinnati. So I mean, it could have been a couple trucks, but they just have one run number. The run number is 366-996-81. 366-996-81. Now, the number probably more important here is the lot number, which is 050-624 233-1218. Again, that's lot number 0506-242-33-1218. The product number is 15401. Product number 15401. Catalog number, which I'm a little, maybe that's an online thing or the catalog that you get from Sam's Club if it's in the number on that. Not really too sure, but catalog number is 980-225-088. 980-225-088. 088. And that's manufacturer number 39-211. 39-211. And that has a best if used by date of May 6, 2024. May 6, 2024. And that's the thing, too, like, that I kind of questioned a little bit at the beginning of all this, is usually their cheese extends out, if unopened, like 6 months. So let's see, we're near the end of January, of course. Okay, if this went through, we'll say December, okay? So if it was December, what was it? December 23rd? December 18th. So let's say we've gone 1 month, January, February, March, April, May. Okay, so from the date that they say that this recall was initiated, about 5 months. So I guess that sounds about right. And they give information here: recalled products should be thrown out, thrown out or returned to their place of purchase. Now, if this was something like a lot of the salmonella or listeria scares that we've been getting in a lot of different foods all around the country and around the world, I would say, yeah, take a picture of it, use some gloves, and throw it away, and make sure you wash whatever it was in contact with. But this is a glove, right? How does that happen? Like, do they have cameras or something? They just happen to see an employee that didn't mention something, like, oh, he or she just lost a glove in the machine. Now there's cheese with plastic in them, or I'm assuming they're talking about plastic gloves or work gloves. I mean, I don't know, but this stuff keeps happening, guys. This stuff's getting weirder and weirder. And the news that I really want to know, you don't have to give the name of the person or something, but to hold on to the integrity of the business, why don't you tell us who you fired, or that this person made a mistake? We're sorry. Something. Can we get an apology or something? I mean, it would sound a lot better, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it sound a little bit better if these companies, and I understand we had a cantaloupe recall a couple months ago, which wreaked havoc all over the country, and Canada, right? Now those are coming out of state, out of country, or whatever. And, a lot of them get sent at once. This thing kind of spreads all over the place, and it's kind of hard to contain at that point. But I mean, stuff that's coming in, does it take that long to check it? Because, I mean, we should be checking everything that's coming into the States. And your country, if you're not in the United States, or your country should be doing the same thing. Because we don't know what's going on, down in Mexico. We don't know, if somebody's sick or something, and then it's getting spread onto our fruits and stuff. I mean, we have safety precautions for that, right? And maybe that needs to get a little bit of a relook, right? Maybe we need to talk about that a little bit. And I know some of these things, people will be like, well, it's not that big a deal. We don't have to worry about it. Only this many people were affected. One person affected should be enough for us to question what's going on. Like the salmonella thing with the cantaloupe was ridiculous. We had the spinach recall, the Bright Farms spinach recall. It's just, 2023 was it was the most ever recorded of food recalls, as we have said. So, it's like we have to pay attention to these things now because they keep happening. Quakers, seems like every week they just keep adding the list and adding the list. And even though we don't have that second package of cheese open, I am waiting. We're going to wait like another week. We can go without it for a little while. But yeah, it's like you have to wait these days. When you see a recall of something, anything, and you have a package of that product, it might be a good idea to hold on to that till, or at least just check, like every few days. Because, there was one, the charcuterie meats, and that was Sam's Club too. That was, Sam's Club. And, I mean, it's just, and that extended out. We heard about it, and then 2 weeks later, it was the Costco one. The antipasto. We just went over that. And it had covered all of their charcuterie and that stuff too. All around the time of New Year's. I don't know. That's crazy. Like, the only time I'm not a charcuterie person, you know, I'm sure a lot of you out there are, but, and I know that New Year's parties, Christmas parties, you might put a little charcuterie board together. Isn't that funny that that happens right around Christmas and through New Year's? I don't know. I don't know. You gotta question everything these days, guys. Anyway, I didn't want to make this video too long here for you this morning, but I did want to go over the Members Mark cheese, as a lot of us buy Members Mark cheese because you can save a little bit of money, and it's really good. It's really good. And really, up until this point, until the brewery, however you say that, brewery, I always thought it was great value because me and Jessica love Members Mark, and it tastes just like great value cheese. It's really good. Doesn't taste like anything's added into it except for gloves. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Let's take another sip of coffee. Maybe we'll talk for another couple minutes here, huh? Yesterday, doing the video on a lot of the different shortages that mostly you guys have been talking about. I've been getting flooded with photographs of empty shelves in a lot of stores. I saw one somebody sent me with pasta where there was literally two things of Barilla pasta, and all the great value pasta was wiped out. I was like, oh my goodness, it was terrible. And then some other ones. I actually got another picture of someone who it had more spaghetti. I'm not sure what store it was. He didn't say what store it was. But it was looked kind of like our stores look, like pasta sauces as far as the eye can see, and then no pasta. No pasta. So, you know, I guess as we go along here, the winter storms though, guys. I mean, it has been crazy up north. It's definitely interrupting, you know, transportation and stuff like that for these products. So we got to think about that. Somebody mentioned in the comments too, you know, think about all of the different slides and stuff, cars, you know, trucks getting piled up, you know, and bad roads and everything, having to drive very slow. Yes, that's going to definitely affect transportation getting our products to us. Thank goodness, though, that we have all of these different truck drivers. Thank you all the truck drivers out there. Thank you so much for everything you do. You are the heartbeat of America in getting our products to where they got to go. And, you know, I mean, as many train derailments and stuff like that, you know, really, the train system really is, you know, it needs to get fixed. It needs to get fixed. I mean, a lot of these things, you know, when you're arguing about, it's one thing like the rails need to get fixed, but when you're a company like Norfolk Southern, or I don't know if it's them, but I know a lot of the companies were complaining about brakes on the trains. Like, we should not be dealing with brake problems on trains in 2024. I'm sorry, but we should be a little beyond that. I mean, I guess we're not, or we just haven't figured it out, but we need to figure it out. You know, like the bridge down the road from here, the I-75 bridge. Right? If you live in Cincinnati, actually, if you live anywhere north or south of here, you probably know where I-75 is. It is a major trucking route that goes all the way north through the states, northern states, and as far south as Florida, almost to Miami. One way goes to the Florida Keys, and then 75 branches off and heads toward Miami. But anyway, that's a major trucking route. You know, so anyway, yeah, just wanted to cover some of these things. We will be keeping an eye on all of these different recalls as we get back into the stores and try and help save you as much money as possible. I do plan on visiting some thrift stores. Not just food, guys. We're going to be looking at some other things. I haven't been to like a thrift store in a while. I kind of want to look around, just see, maybe do some treasure hunting. Like to get back to Ollie's. I know a lot of people have been disgruntled with Big Lots lately. I love Big Lots. Now, I know we cover a lot of the different food and snacking things at Big Lots, of a lot of the things that you can really only find at Big Lots. Good peanut deals. I know that's weird, but you can get some good, like, cashew peanut deals. You can get those at Ollie's, too. But, yes, we do plan on visiting some thrift stores, so hopefully I can get Jess, you know, I told her, I was like, hey, let's go on a treasure hunt to a thrift store. She sounded pretty excited about that. So we're going to be looking through those, and she may or may not be able to go as we go, but we can always go back. So be a lot of fun. Maybe check out St. Vincent de Paul and some of these other stores. I know we talked about this in another video, but kind of getting excited for it to check out some new things and do some new videos for you guys. Provide a little bit of entertainment in these crazy, overly recalled dark times. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. We always do. We'll figure out ways, and we'll just keep moving along, trying to save as much money on food as possible as we go through the grocery stores for you. I always try to find the best bargains, whether it's coupons, digital coupons, any ways that we can save, I try to do. I realize that everybody doesn't have all the same stores we do, but I try to focus on other ones like Aldi, Walmart. Even if you don't have direct Kroger in your neighborhood, chances are you have a Kroger-owned store or a warehouse that can deliver the Boost program through Kroger, because they claim now that they can cover the entire United States. So, of course, I don't know. Does that include Alaska and Hawaii? I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. Let me know down in the comments if you know. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.